Salutations, salutations. You know, as always, you know, I start my videos by showing appreciation to all those that support me. You know what I'm saying? Those that, you know, been in since day one, man, I appreciate y'all. Those that's tuning in the first time, I appreciate y'all also. I hope today, you know, it's nasty outside and everything. I just hope everybody's safe, your family's safe, everything's healthy and all that. I know y'all ready for part 5. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to give y'all part 5. You know, part 4 ended when I had popped off on a brim, homie, and Mac. You know what I'm saying? And on my way to the mess hall at breakfast time, you know, due to the previous night before, you know, they was trying to sneak up behind me and stab me up and get me out the jail. But it just so happened a comrade of mine, Uno B, happened to call me. And then when I turned around, the dudes that was sneaking up behind me ended up doing the Matrix, like, and was running back, was like, oh shit, and turned around and burnt it up and, you know, got up in the crowd. So after I popped off, I go to long-term and E-Block, I go to long-term Key Block, you know, pending my ticket and pending, you know, what happened with my ticket, the outcome of my ticket. So for the first 2 days, I was like really immobile, really couldn't move or nothing. And that was because, as I said in my previous video, while we got cuffed up and other police came in, you know, like they beat me up. They beat, you know what I'm saying? They really trying to hurt me, you know what I'm saying? It was a good thing that, you know what I'm saying, that I, you know, I survived that, you know, without any type of broken anything, you know what I'm saying, or I wasn't murdered. Like the, what happened to, unfortunate to the brother that you seen on video, you know, that happened to me a couple of occasions, you know, so I definitely could relate, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family, and I take a moment in silence out of respect. So getting back to it, I go to long-term Keep Block. This is where I meet a good young brother named Sinhound, who just happened to be down there because of the politics that was going on with the Mac border and Hound beef and, you know, stuff like that. And then I don't know exactly how long after that, Disco comes on a company also long-term, waiting to go, pinning his ticket, waiting to go to the box or whatever. And that's where I left the story at. So we're gonna start right there. But you know, before we do that, I gotta run his intro. Salute. Thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. You already know that's Kross with a K. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know I would never waste your time. Time wastes nobody. Time is something that we can never get back or redo or replay. So we definitely gotta use our time to the best of our ability and to capitalize as much as possible. And also, you know, I done did a lot of time in prison, over 20 years. I done wasted in the prisons and in the streets, and you know, I would definitely not waste yours, man. Time is very valuable of mine. And y'all could be anywhere in the world, and y'all chose to be here with me at the time. So it's all the love, respects, and everything in the world. With that being said, those that's new, I humbly appreciate y'all giving my channel a chance. You know what I'm saying? See what type of content you know, I publish, and you know what I'm basically about. And those that been with me from when times is good, when times got muddy, you know what I'm saying, when people started questioning me, when people started throwing out lies, and you know what I'm saying, those that stay there, man, when I say I love y'all, even those that I don't know you, I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all stood there, y'all stood firm when those that know me and know the real and know the truth wouldn't even stand up, you know what I'm saying, and say that, or just do what not was right, but was righteous. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate y'all. So getting into the part 5, Mel Kross versus Lacey, I know people was kind of curious about, you know, like what kind of conversations or what the conversations was like, you know, with me and Disco, or, you know, over the brims or whatever that was on the company. And first of all, you know, Disco, my brother, this is like maybe about the third jail we was in together. Auburn, we was in over there the longest together. I met him in Greenhaven originally, back in 02, around the same time I met my brother. And I was only there 30 days in population. So we was in Auburn together for a couple of years, a few years, maybe about 2-3 years together. And I'm not, you know, I could be mistaken, but I know we was together for a few years. And I was in Clinton with him, but only in long-term keep lock when he pulled up, because in population he was on the other side of the jail. So getting back to the story, so some of the conversations was, you know, Disco's, you know, he got a real colorful personality. He's real humorous. He's real funny. He like to laugh and stuff like that. So he's like, yo, why you did the little Mac like that, man? And why you boom, 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 boom? So, you know, we laughed and we joked about it, you know what I'm saying? But it was a real serious matter. So when we did have the conversation, you know what I'm saying? You know, I told him like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know, all this shit really fucking me up. Because, you know, the shit that happened with Outlaw 20, you know, my hood and whatever, that happened years before I got out the box. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no outlaws really out here. I don't have this, I don't have that. I got like just a lot of solid, you know what I'm saying, neutral dudes and other people that's homie, that's like, yo, regardless of whatever, you know what I'm saying, I'm riding with the big homie, I'm riding with Mel, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, the shit fucked me up that I had to come at a Mac baller, because Outlaws and Max, we like this, bro. We brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was like this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know what really happened with that. You know, so Disco dropped the bomb on me. He was like, yo, bro, why did you leave Hat? He was like, you know who I am now, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm one of the big homies, you know, and I paved the way, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, me and you got the same status, man. But, you know, you still my big brother, man. And it's like, when you left Hat, which is Brim, you kind of like took my hands out of that, because like, let's say if it's something going on, it's happening internally. You know what I'm saying? So I can intervene, or I can do, you know what I'm saying, or whatever have you, whatever. But now that you took yourself out of Brim and you aligned yourself with certain people, that was a bad look for you, because you could have just did whatever you wanted to do in Hat and weathered the storm, and, you know what I'm saying, everything would have been, you know, bygones and niggas would have moved on. But by you doing this, you're not Brim. Even though people always, every time they see you, that's the first thing they're gonna the first thing they're gonna think of. But now that you're repping something else and you're doing something with Tank Care and everything, you know, and something happened or whatever, that's no longer Brim business. You took yourself out of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he was like, yo, I'm just like, honestly, you know, I love you, you know what I'm saying? I wish we was together on different circumstances, but he was like, yo, I'm glad that I really wasn't over there. That I wasn't over there with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't really know. I'd have been really confused and everything, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I love you and I appreciate your honesty and I respect you for that. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a lot of things to think about, because I never looked at it like that. But my response to Disco was, how you want me to reconcile, or how you want me to still represent the same thing that I gave my life for? Look at all this shit throughout my career I did for Brim. And this what I get in return? I never ratted. I never told on nobody. I never ran. I never snitched. I never engaged in homosexual activity. Respect goes to the HBQ community. I know I said it wrong. If y'all watch my videos over and over again, you know, when it comes to the gang thing with the Bloods, you know, over here in New York City. In general, you know, we don't embrace, you know, men that indulge in same-sexual, relationships. So that's why I make them terminologies. So now I'm properly expressing myself just for y'all don't be offended or nobody else in that community feel offended by the way that I'm speaking or how the way that I spoke about that. So again, I apologize. So it was like, what was the reason why? What was the reason why all this was going on? I was like, Disco, we was together. We was together in Auburn. And I'm like, yo, bro, sit down and think about it for a minute, bro. And I spoke, and I was like, yo, when Lacey came and said that to Auburn, and passed through Auburn to go to Attica, I was only in Auburn 2 years. He was in Shawanga longer than I was in Auburn at that time in population. But it was okay for him. But this is my big homie. This is somebody that I put my life on the line, that started NYBBA, because this is somebody that was going to fade. This is somebody, when he went to the streets, when we was on the island in what, 97, 98, Lacey had went home, never wrote no brim, never came to see no brim. When he came back to jail and got locked back up, never wrote nobody, never had nobody going to see nobody, never wrote no oath, never wrote no codes. When he did go up operation around the people, never really spent around and you know, chilled with the hats. You know what I'm saying? Never taught them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Never engaged in nothing in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bad-mouthing or nothing like that. I'm just speaking facts. I'm just being honest. So, and Disco was like, yo, bro, I can't argue with you, bro. I mean, we was there. And I was like, yo, bro, and also, so not only was that's being hypocritical, because you're telling me that I'm in the jail too long, and I've been in the jail 2 years, but you, before you going to Attica and everything, you was in Shawanga down by the city for 3 years. Before you went to the box, and you ain't go to the box for putting it in. He went to the box for dirty urine. Right? Respectfully. And then I said, then me and I was telling Disco too, and I'm like, yo, bro, honestly, sit here and think about it, bro. When we was in Auburn, when I was in Auburn, I'm gonna tell you everybody that came through Auburn. La Brim, Baldy, Disco, Larry O, Eli, Soul B, Gangsta Wano. Yo, the list is ridiculous, and I apologize for people that I didn't name. Wayno, he started gangland in Auburn. Benny Blanco. It was so many hitters or official dudes or somebody that had names and everything that was in Auburn. Every OG big homie that was in Auburn stayed in Auburn for at least 2 to 3 years before they left. And when they left, they did not leave for shooting nothing. They didn't leave for cutting or putting in no work. They left either because they had got transferred somewhere else, or because some bullshit was being messed up and motherfucker slips got dropped on them. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or they got caught up on some money shit or caught up whatever. It was none of them left because they was putting in work. They was putting in work different ways. Because a lot of people think just putting in work is just going out there and physically fighting or having a war, going to war with somebody on a physical level. Putting in work is also, you know what I'm saying, making sure the homies following rules. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everybody's in tune. You know what I'm saying? Making sure, you know what I'm saying, the soldiers and the family, everything is healthy. Make sure everybody's safe. Making sure they working out. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everybody mental is good. Making sure everybody's standing pure, you know what I'm saying, firm and spending time with each other and whatever. That's putting in work. It's 95% mental, it's only 5% physical. So the brother was putting in work other ways. If all the big homies keep putting in the work, then what the fuck what the hell the soldiers gonna do? Sit back and got free rides while the big homies continuously just putting in work, while they family can't see them, while they loved ones can't see them because they always in the box. And meanwhile, the people that's getting free rides or that didn't even really got a name for themselves gonna be in population. Like, yeah, you know, with a big homie put it in and boom, 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 boom. You ain't gonna have nobody coming to see me. You ain't gonna have nobody taking care of me or doing nothing like that. So when me and Disco was having this conversation, that was some of the realest conversations we had. And it's undebatable because it's facts. Everything that we discuss, everything that I'm telling you is stone cold facts. So why was that being brought against about me? And the only thing I could say and think about was that, in that conversation with Disco, was dudes ain't want me to get that chairman spot. Dudes ain't want me to get that chairman spot because a lot of people was like, yo, Mel Kross should have the chairman spot. Mel Kross should have the chairman spot. And it was once rumored that I was the chairman and that I was assuming to be chairman, and I never ever claimed to be chairman of NYBBA. I never felt I was bigger than any other guerrilla father in NYBBA. So after me and him had a lot of conversations, you know, we used to go on visits, we used to blow it down with each other. You know what I'm saying? It was all love. It was all love. You know what I'm saying? He was, you know what I'm saying? We was breaking down everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? With the hounds and the maxes. I ain't gonna hold you. All the hounds that was coming through, it was making the max was making them turn hand. Turn mat. If they ain't turn mat, you know what I'm saying? You already knew what was happening. But you had some that stood firm. Coach Carter, you know, Lil BG, the hound, he came through. He came through over there too. He wasn't going for it. Sin Hound came through. He wasn't going for it. And you had other people that were switching over and wasn't, you know, standing firm. Some time went on. I leave Clinton. I go right back up the block, Upstate box. Once again, I'm in Upstate box. I don't even remember how much time I got. I think I got like maybe like 9 months. I don't got a whole bunch of years like I did the other time, you know what I'm saying? You know, which I was very thankful for. And I didn't catch no more gang tickets or nothing like that because I knew by all them times now that I'm on game, you know what I'm saying, I'm on watch and everything. So anything I write in letters and everything will be used against me. And I'm going to get a ticket and I'm going to spend more time in the box. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be in a 12 by 12 cell with a shower in their bed, sink and toilet with a balcony as a rec pen? And you got to be in there for 3 years and all that. Like, who wanted to keep doing that? You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know, out of the 20-something years I did on that last bid, I did at least 10 and a little over 10 years in a box in solitary confinement. 23 hours, you know, 24 hours a day, locked in the same, you know, the scenario I just gave you. So I'll go back to Upstate. Guess who's in Upstate? That's who pulls up in Upstate. Scar Brim. So when Scar Brim pulls up in Upstate, he's on the other side of we in the same building. We actually on the, you know, ABC. We on the B side, whatever, but he just on the other side of the gallery and he downstairs. About a month, so, you know, so we corresponding with each other. We writing each other. We yelling at each other, you know, through the gates and everything, whatever. Messages coming back and forth to me. So remember, I'm supposed to be fooled. All this is going on. I popped on the Mac Baller and everything. Scar Brim pulls up. So now I'm trying to get Scar Brim to go to, I'm trying to pull him in the cell with me like Eli was in the cell with me. So Scar Brim was talking to the police like, yeah, I'm not refusing nothing like that. It wasn't an issue of us beefing, but that was, you know what I'm saying, whatever's going to go or whatever how it is, it was going to happen. You know, but, you know, we was going to go in this, we was trying to get into the cell with each other. So make a long story short, Scar Brim ended up leaving that cell and coming on my side, and he was right under me. So when he was right under me, I think Scar Brim had just put it in. I think Scar Brim had just shot something or something like that. Scar Brim was one of the ones at the time, as far as OGs, that was still running around, actively going around, cutting, you know what I'm saying, doing certain shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But due to circumstances, because everybody had the ability to do it and everybody's been doing it, but I'm just keeping it 1,000 all facts. You know what I mean? So when Scar Brim got under me, he was like, yo, bro, man, listen, man, I love you, man. I'm not really jacking all this shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever the case may be. And he was like, yo, I ain't gonna front. You broke my heart, Mel. I'm like, what you mean I broke your heart, bro? What the fuck did I do to you, Scar Brim? He was like, yo, listen, bro. When that shit happened, he said, when I shot Kross in Comstock, I came to Upstate. You had just left, or something like that. Something like that. Him and Tankhead ended up being around the same confinements when Scar came back to the box. And when Scar came to the box, Tankhead showed him the letters that I wrote about Scar Brim. And it was letters, and it was the letters. See, I was mad about the situation that happened when he shot the bro in Comstock. You know what I'm saying? Kev Fraud, when that shit happened with him and Kev. You know what I'm saying? But like I told y'all in my last video, I was in my emotions, bro. Before all this shit happened, when I got transferred and went to the medium, you know what I'm saying, and they set me up and I went to the box and everything like that, Scar Brim we was all in population together. Me, Scar Brim, Champagne, Malachi, all of us, we was just together. It was all love. So why would I leave and get all this time in the box? Now I'm full, my hood supposed to be faded, all this other shit going on or whatever. So I said, yeah, I was in my fucking feelings. Y'all going against me, I'm going against y'all. But I didn't lie. I would have told you that in your face, Scar. Like, if I'd have felt some type of way about you and Kev Frost going, you know what I'm saying, going at it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, I wasn't jacking that. I wasn't feeling that. So Scar Brim was like, you know, I respect that. He was like, yo, but not for nothing, man. I'ma dead this shit because I don't like how niggas is treating you, and your hand didn't call for that, and you didn't do nothing, you know what I'm saying, for that to be happening to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put the word out, I'm gonna put the memo out and let niggas know. You know what I mean? He was like, me and you and Lacey, you know what I'm saying, we gonna work this out. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, I love you, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the many reasons why I give Scar Brim so much love and so much respect. Because of course he went with it at first because, you know, him and Lacey got a special bond because, you know, they grew up together. They from around the same neighborhood, the Bricks over there in the South Side. And it was a protocol and he followed it. You know what I'm saying? He was eager. He was trying to come up in the ladder, you know what I'm saying, respectfully. And he, you know what I'm saying, was trying to do what he had to do. But when things was going on, and I guess he started learning the real and really hearing what's going on, knowing that me and him was really in a good space and me and him was real cool, you know what I'm saying, that's my bro and everything. It was Scar Brim was like, nah, that shit is a rap with Mel Kross. I'm not trying to hear none of that. And I know him and Lacey got into some shit behind that probably because Lacey wasn't jacking that. Because remember, at this time already, you know what I'm saying, Tankhead had pushed me some fake-ass paperwork that wasn't real. And I deaded that, and I made a public apology about that, even in the midst of everything that was going on, because I'm a real one like that. I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't lie on people. If they ain't do it, they ain't do it. I'm not going to do it. If I'm wrong about something, I'm going to be brutally honest with them and admit it. That's the type of person I am, straight like that. What you see is what you get. You know what I mean? If I make a mistake and I don't know something and you enlighten me that, I'm like, oh, okay, boom, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So rest of that time, so after Scar said that, that's when all the Brims, everybody started embracing me again. a lot of UBNs and all that, they never stopped embracing me, you know, except for those that maybe felt some type of way because they had an issue with 10K personally. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really ever really outside of that once Scar made that statement, because honestly, probably it wasn't for Scar. I probably, who to say I'd ever made it home, because after me and Scar built, talked about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, whatever, everything was healthy. I leave, I go back to population, where they put me in Attica. I go to Attica Correctional Facility. Guess who there? You got Frank White, you know, in the case with Magoo and Uno B, you know, with the non-trade beef with, and you know, they call it the Fed beef, behind the situation with them giving orders to the non-trades in North Carolina prisons that got North Carolina state prisons shut down for 6 months. That was their Fed cases about, and he was there. MK was there. MK just was one of the ones that got indicted in the Donald G, you know, 1A trade Fed case. You know, he was there, and while I was on quarantine, locked up, you know, before when you come to a jail, you know, they quarantine you, they ask you if you got enemies and all this stuff. Of course, you know, you say no and everything. That's how you come out. So while I was on quarantine, you know, all the non-trades under Frank White and MK hollered at the hats like, yo, what's up, man? You know, Mel Kross is here. That's our brother. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Is an issue with him or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Let us know now, because we letting y'all know this is not going to boom, boom, boom. And they was like, nah, ain't no issue, whatever, whatever. The hats that was there, because I came to C Block. The hats that was in C Block was Fizzy Woo, may he rest in peace, Cooley, Riz Dollar, and you had Red Rover. And let me say something. Let me before I conclude this video and before I move on the story, let me say one thing about Red Rover, right? It was I just seen videos, and I know I heard about the situation where Red Rover posted at this Scar dirty and all this other thing, whatever. Scar never got done dirty. He got a scratch, you know, and it's more to the story than what people think it is and everything. But he's healthy and everything's good with him. He's not badly hit or cut up and all this other stuff like people trying to make it is and throw dirt on his name. Man, shout out to Scar Brim. You know what I'm saying? That's my heart right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I ain't jacking none of that other shit what niggas saying. And I fuck with Rover too. And like I said, Rover was there, you know what I'm saying, with me inside Attica too. We was all on the same gallery. We was all on the same company. You know what I mean? As I was pulling into Attica, you know, everybody know, they take you a couple at a time and y'all walk through the hall. You know, it's a gloomy hall. The halls is dark. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just see death. You could just imagine how many people was murdered and killed in these halls throughout the years. You know, the Attica riot and everything happened here. So when you come in here, you just see death. This the only prison that I know that they walk out with their sticks. You can't look them in their eyes. You look them in their eyes, you know what I'm saying? They're going to beat you up, beat you with sticks and everything, whatever. So I'm hearing all these stories about Attica, whatever. So right before I get to C Block, they told me to face the wall, put my hands on the wall, don't take my face off the wall, and stuff like that. And they tapped on the wall, bing, 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 bing. I'm like, oh shit, because I know that tap means to let other officers know that, you know, they're there. So I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm hearing all the police, you know, all the COs coming out, and they all got their sticks out. And then they was like, yo, yeah, Mel Kross. They ain't say my real name. They said Mel Kross. Take your hands off the wall slowly and turn around and face us. When I turned around and faced them, it was like maybe 15 police with sticks out. I'm talking about straight, no disrespect, no racist talk, but like some real tall, big ass hillbillies with sticks in their motherfucking hands. And they was staring at me like with a death stare, like they was like looking right through me. Like they was like they ain't give a fuck about me, and you know what I'm saying, whatever. And they was like, listen, we know what's going on with you. We know who you are. We know what's going on with you. Only thing we're gonna tell you, don't do shit in the block. Don't do shit in the building. We don't care what go on that yard. Respect that. We're not gonna fuck with you. We ain't gonna fuck with yourself. We're not gonna do nothing. We're not even gonna fuck with you and everything. We're gonna let you live. We're gonna treat you like a man. Only thing I ask, you do not do nothing on our company and do nothing in our block, and you will have no problem with us. So when, you know what I'm saying, so when MK and them spoke to the house and everything was good, by that time I came out, you know, there was a few people there, you know, and Attica is where I actually went home from. It was a few things and trials, tribulations that went through and what happened in Attica, but I feel like, honestly, if it wasn't for Scar, respectfully, it ain't no telling if I'd have made it home or not. This is not the end of the series because I was home. So I got a lot of other details that I want to put in, and there's a lot of other content that's gonna take place behind this series and everything. But I just want to leave y'all there. Sit back and think about these things, man. Like, think about you, a love OG, big OG, one that's responsible, you know what I'm saying, for leading a lot of OGs now that, you know, end up getting their own hoods and, you know, coming up in their own right. To be in the yard and be loved. To a few years later, coming out to the yard, and you gotta watch your back. Because now you don't have the same friends, the same people no more. The same people that you once stood up with and loved is the same person that might be sent to come and shoot you or do something to you. Just think about the things that I had to go through, the things that was in my mind during the situation right there. When I was going through that. And I was going through that shit by myself. And think about this whole time. Not once did I try to write anybody. Not once did I ever try to make any other alliances. Because I ain't going to hold you. Dick Wolf. There's a few people like, yo, come under here, which is equally big as Hatton. You know, motherfucker wouldn't have did that because, you know, that's what some people was doing. Some people, when they got in their little situations or whatever, they went to other established entities where they was, some people looked at it as they was being protected. That's why I took the route as I want to build something from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? So it hit different. But I chose to do it with the wrong person in Tankhead because they just turned around and just snaked me in mad ways. You just gave Scar Brim kites. I'm in fucking, just think about this for a minute. I'm in population, sitting down, going through your issues with Tankhead issues, you know what I'm saying, my own issues and everything. And like I told y'all before, that was a stupid alliance because he didn't have, how could you help me in any type of way? You in a fucking box. You don't got nobody in population on your side. You don't got no soldiers out here to fight for you. So that was a stupid ass alliance. And while I'm sitting here putting myself on the line, you know what I'm saying, for what we trying to build and establish, even though I got my own issue, but I made my issues even bigger now because, you know what I'm saying, I'm confusing those that support and love me, you know what I'm saying, the UBN, you know what I'm saying, in the UBN because they faded you. And Tanker, they faded Tanker. So, and then to turn around and Scars around you and you save my letters that I wrote you and you giving them shit to Scar Brim. Scar Brim understood, man. He know what a motherfucker go through. He knew what it feel. He know how it is when you're back against the wall and everybody's against you and everybody's gunning for you. And you sit back and think about it. My name sound like something. I'm somebody. So just think about all the little young lions that when I came outside was looking at me, probably like a motherfucking state wanting to get their name up. But me standing tall and standing firm and doing what I was doing, you know what I'm saying, was enough to discourage them. And the people that was holding me down, it was enough to discourage them. Just think about that. Think about that right there. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. Thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. You already know that's Kross with a K. Salute.